I even felt myself having romantic feelings for her, something I haven't had for a woman in a very long time since the accident. And there's a crazy story on that too, which I'll tell you in just a minute. So at this point, I was going in and seeing Amy twice a week, and together we were doing holistic exercises. She would have classes with lots of people attending, or even invite her friends and healers to come over for energy circles or chakra clearing. 60 days later, combined with my newfound enthusiasm for physical therapy and taking back my life, I was walking without a cane or wheelchair at all. I was still in pain, but it was nothing like before. It was like I had been reborn all over again and had a second lease on life. It was at this time Amy recommended a sanctuary I might like to visit in Greece for an even more complete recovery. She'd gone there herself with friends and found it to be a magical place with the most amazing people and energy. My parents were so excited in my transformation, they gladly offered to pay for my trip. And shortly after, here I was stepping off a plane in Athens, Greece. The first thing I noticed when arriving in Athens was the culture shift. It was like I'd just landed in a completely different world. The buildings were magnificent, and the cool breeze of the air was so pure I could almost taste it. So here I was in this alternate universe and headed over to the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. It was a truly fascinating sight to behold. What an architectural masterpiece. And the moment I stepped inside, I felt a strange energy wash over me I had never experienced before. It was like energy was surging through every cell in my body, and it must have caused me to have a strange look on my face because this graceful older woman with long gray hair walked over to me and asked me if I was okay. I told her what I was experiencing, and she smiled. She said softly, "Oh, you're feeling the resonance of the oracle of the Delphi. What a blessing for you." I had never heard of the Oracle of Delphi. Heck, I really had no clue about oracles at all. So I asked her where I could learn more about this fascinating phenomenon. With a warm smile on her face, she exclaimed, "Meet me tomorrow at the National Library of Greece, my dear. My name is Magdala, and I will help you translate the ancient books and manuscripts, which are all in Greek." Apparently, she had taken a liking to me, saying I had a wonderful energy and she felt a calling to help me on my journey. So there I was the very next day, standing on the front steps of this beautiful ancient-looking library. I was excited because the feeling I'd had the day before was something I can only describe as something from another world. And I was eager to find out how to access that place again. Inside the library, Magdala guided me over to the section with the books on the Temple of Apollo and the Oracle at Delphi. She told me to sit down and wait until she found the exact book she wanted to show me. When she brought it to the table, it looked like it was about to fall apart. The pages were all yellowed and the drawings were faded and the binding was loose. She began thumbing through the book until she stopped at the chapter on the Oracle at Delphi. Magdala translated the chapter for me one sentence at a time and told me to record it so I could listen to it later. I remember feeling so amazed as I listened. The energy that surrounded the Oracle at Delphi as she did her readings in ancient times was exactly what I felt in the Temple of Apollo the day before. She explained how important oracles were to ancient Greek royalty in making decisions that affected the outcome of entire nations, and how they helped them to know when to wage war and when to negotiate peace, who to marry for the best alliances and strongest lineages, what natural remedies were best for various ailments, and what decisions they needed to make, and when to increase the wealth of their kingdoms and nation-states. Magdala also explained that the oracle at Delphi, called the Pythia, was the head oracle and the mouthpiece for all of Apollo's other oracles. Pythia delivered the messages from the other oracles to the people who came to Apollo's temple for her mysterious readings. And as fascinating as all this was to me, what she shared next blew me away. Magdala handed me a large large book that oracles had used for centuries to generate their eerily accurate readings and predictions, containing the ancient metaphysical formulas they used to decipher them. Even though I was recording everything she said, I knew it would be important to write down these ancient formulas exactly, so I did. For the next 2 weeks, I began meeting Magdala at this library every day, going through a treasure trove of rare manuscripts used by these seeing oracles. And I recorded it all, every word. I wrote down every single metaphysical formula they used. But the really exciting part was after each of our sessions, she would lead me into a quiet, dark room where she'd guide me into a meditative state and go through these exact same formulas. Right away, I started noticing the impact these meditative sessions were having, and it was startling at first, like when one session was about closing old wounds, and the very same night my ex called me out of the blue to see how I was doing. I hadn't talked to her since she left after my accident, but for some strange reason, she decided to call me that very same day that Magdala led a session on healing old wounds. And it ended up doing just that. I told her how much my life had improved and wished her well, and it was all positive. Amazing considering we broke up in a bad argument and hadn't spoken since. Or the following day, when the hotel I was staying at offered me a free VIP upgrade to one of their suites for no reason, except that Magdala's session that afternoon was on gratitude and abundance and feeling as though something good was right around the corner. Sure enough, it was. When I finally got back home to Ventura after nearly 3 weeks in Greece, I spent another 2 months listening to all of the recordings I'd written down and took pages upon pages of notes. I even began my own meditative sessions every morning and night. And that's when my life really started to transform. Before I left for Greece, I was still dealing with pain in my back, neck, and legs from the accident. And during my 3-week stay, it was improving day by day. But once I got home and started doing my own sessions and consuming myself in these ancient practices morning and night, I went from a pain level of 7 to a level of 2 in the first month. And by the second month, I had no pain on many days and only mild pain on the rest. This was incredible to experience, knowing that just a short time ago I was at my lowest and darkest point, contemplating suicide. Confined to a wheelchair most days, or short periods waddling around with a cane, and with shooting pain all over at level 10. But here I was, nearly pain-free. It was a miracle. And it wasn't just my health that had improved dramatically either. I found that I had suddenly become an unusually lucky person too. One day as an experiment, I bought 3 scratch-off tickets at a local gas station. The first was a loser, but the second I won $50, and the third I won $2,000. I couldn't believe my eyes because I'd never really won anything in my life until that moment. That money was enough for me to make my deposit on a new apartment so I could finally move out of my parents' room. And right after that, I got lucky again because a close friend since childhood had recently been promoted at his company and offered to hire me without an interview. The work wasn't bad either. I was doing technical analysis for a small hedge fund. This was actually quite exciting because I got to see how much money was truly available and being made by the lucky ones each and every day. And it motivated me to learn how to make money in the stock market, which later on turned out to be a huge godsend, which I'll tell you about in a moment. More and more good things kept happening to me. And this is when I fully realized that lucky people have an advantage no one talks about. And just like a muscle, it can be strengthened through practice by anyone. We all have access to this. That's when I first got the idea to create some sort of program that would allow anyone to access these remarkable readings. I just wasn't sure yet how to do it. Yet around this time, other people started noticing my results too. My brother Steve, a physicist, was the first to say something besides my parents. He asked me what the heck I was doing to make such a huge turnaround, and so I invited him over for dinner. When he came over to my apartment and saw the notes all over the table, his eyes got huge. "Wow, where did you get these formulas?" he asked with a shocked tone in his voice. I shared the story with him that I just shared with you. "I have no idea how the ancient Greeks were able to create these complex formulas," he said. "These same formulas were only recently discovered by quantum physicists in the past 20 years. And he went on to tell me that they are used to explain how everything in the universe is connected, how every single thing affects everything else, and how the illusion of time and space appear real when they actually are not. Everything is happening at the same time, and even though time seems real, it isn't. This is how the oracles were able to see through time. And in the past few months of practicing this on myself, I exclaimed, 'It's making me feel like the luckiest person on earth.'" Steve asked me if he could take home some of the formulas to study them a bit closer, and I gladly agreed. He was skeptical about all this, especially coming from a math and science background, but the very next day, my phone rang and it was Steve. Wow, this stuff is amazing. I really wasn't sure what to think at first, but after carefully reviewing these formulas, it's obvious that they are some of the most brilliant works I've ever seen. Almost as if a genius has created them. These oracles were truly amazing. I can't believe no one knows about this stuff. I then told Steve about my idea of turning this into some sort of program that could be shared with others. Something simple that was easy to use and gave access to all these formulas and readings, so others could start harnessing this amazingly powerful knowledge to become lucky in their life too. He replied that he didn't have enough programming knowledge to create something by himself, but he knew someone who could help, and that together they could try to incorporate the formulas into a software program in such a way that would connect directly with the quantum field. Steve went on to explain that the quantum field, also known by some as the source field, is the fabric of reality that connects everything, all living beings, all natural phenomenon, and all material objects. And that by connecting with the source field, we connect with the energy of the universe that is beyond time and space. He said that the word sorcerer was derived from this and means one who could connect directly with source. Steve was so excited he began working that week with his friend David to create the first version of the software. It ended up taking them 2 whole years to create it and work out all the bugs. But when they finally did, the results were mind-blowing. You don't need to know the formulas they used. You don't even see them. They run in the background of the software. So all you have to do is enter your birth date and push a button to get your reading delivered straight from the quantum field. The astonishingly accurate readings you will receive will almost certainly increase the amount of love, vibrant health, and material abundance pouring into your life right now. And that's why this fortune reading software is different than any other tool in existence. The highly complex quantum equations incorporated into the software are nearly impossible to describe and fully understand. Even my quantum physicist brother will admit that he even needed to seek out help in solving some of the equations while designing the software. But the hard part is done. Your fortune reading results are super easy for you to decipher and leverage. You'll only need to enter your birthday and click one button, and your personalized reading will be delivered in mere seconds. Created specifically for you and you alone. It's that easy. And in a moment, I'm going to share unlimited full access of this revolutionary fortune reading software with you so that you too can acquire the ability to see into your own future like a master oracle, showing you exactly when and where to make changes in your life. To go from a life of struggle, hardship, and unpredictability to a life filled with vibrant health, abundant wealth, endless gratitude, and a deeply fulfilling love life. All flowing into your life like a mighty, unstoppable river, where you have the possibility to be able to avoid potential tragedies and events with devastating consequences. Listen, my dear, I think you already know it's no coincidence that you're seeing this video at this exact moment. You were drawn here for a very important reason. Maybe you've been asking for a sign lately, something to help you break through in your life. If so, you are definitely not alone. Just listen to the voicemail Jennifer, one of my students, sent me. I can't believe how accurate this program is, Michael. I'll admit I was skeptical at first, but once I entered my birth date and clicked submit, I received a message that resonated so deeply with my soul. It was as though the Almighty was speaking directly to me and telling me just what I needed to hear. You see, I'd recently gone through a nasty divorce, and it was a very rough period for me. The divorce had forced me to sell our house and move into a tiny apartment with a pile of debt. I was truly at my worst, feeling as though everything in my life had fallen apart. But the message in your amazing reading software told me to have faith and go out that day with anticipation of meeting my soulmate, and that all my hardship was meant to bring me to this moment where I'd meet the perfect man. As crazy as it sounded, I did just that and went out looking everywhere for him to show up. It turned out he was in the grocery store, waiting in line behind me, and offered to pick up something that fell out of my cart. He was so kind and gentle. We sparked up a conversation, and one thing led to another. Weeks later, we were already in love. I can't thank you enough, Michael. You are a true angel. Thank you for creating this reading software. In a few minutes, you too will be able to access my Lucky Oracle reading software. You'll see an opportunity to take the next step up here below, so you can be on your way to a life of incredible magic. You'll even be able to create unlimited Lucky Oracle readings for anyone with only their date of birth. For your family members, your friends, colleagues, and even people you have crushes on. You'll be able to see deeply into the specific details of your future so you can leverage it to have the best life possible. And you'll have access to the comprehensive guides I created for you on the most effective ways to maximize your Oracle readings. These are easy to use guides on all of the possible ways. Now, I bet you're beginning to wonder how much you'll need to invest to have immediate access to this life-transforming reading software. As you know, I not only paid a lot of money for the initial creation of this with my brother Steve and his friend David, I also paid thousands more to the team of 7 programmers who created the new online version you will receive. And I spent years of my life researching all of this and putting it all together for you, including the hundreds of hours I spent creating these amazing guides for you to make it incredibly simple to use in the most transformative way possible. So as you can imagine, it would be easy for me to charge you thousands of dollars for this. And it would be worth every penny of that if it did just a fraction of what it's done for me and countless others, wouldn't it? As you know, there are complicated systems that take weeks to learn and cost over $2,000 each. But with my Lucky Oracle reading software, you simply push a button. And in less than 60 seconds, you'll receive your Lucky Oracle reading directly from the quantum field for each specific day of your life. I know you'll be amazed at how spot-on accurate it is. Just imagine yourself holding this incredible resource in your hands a few short moments from now. What will you do with its powerful readings? Will you become rich and famous? Or attract your soulmate? Or maybe, like me, you'll go from broke and near death to amazing health and wealth. Because of this, I'm sure you can agree that even if I was to charge $2,500 like my brother recommended, it would still be worth the price today. And although it would be worth every penny of that and much more, I have fantastic news for you. You won't invest anywhere close to that today. But first, I want to make this decision an absolute no-brainer for you. So I'm including a few more powerful additions to the Lucky Oracle reading software at no additional cost. I like to believe the universe rewards those who take action. The first bonus is free access to the Lucky Oracle reading software for 3 additional friends, family, or loved ones. That's right, you can share this software with 3 people, anyone you choose for no additional cost. They too can use this powerful tool to log in and generate their own readings, and you'll have covered their tab. Imagine how many people you know would want access to this once they start seeing the results you've gotten in your life. And now you can gladly tell them it will cost them absolutely nothing because you've taken care of it for them. As if that's not already more than enough, the second bonus is just as powerful. Today I'm going to include in your members area portal 6 guidebooks to help you get the fastest and most beneficial results from your readings. The first is the Quick Start Guide, which gives you the details on how to use the software the moment you log in. Next, I'm including my Introduction to Fortune Telling Guidebook to help you go much deeper into peering through time into your own future. I'm also including the history of fortune telling so you can understand the ancient ways that have been used to see through time. The fourth guidebook is called Benefits of the Universe. It will reveal how you can use universal powers to your advantage by recognizing the language the universe uses to communicate with you. The fifth guidebook, Universal Powers, explains the secrets to manifesting anything you want by channeling the power of numerology, tarot, angels, and astrology. It will show you why the information in your readings is so revealing and why you need to study your guidance each and every day. The sixth and final guidebook is the Lucky Days Guidebook. It will reveal the secrets to knowing what your lucky days are and how to best leverage them for the greatest luck possible. I'm sure you can easily see how the virtual Oracle fortune reading software, plus all the bonuses I just shared, is worth far more than $2,500 to the lucky ones who have already utilized this program and experienced incredible, life-transforming results in their own lives. They would each have happily paid that or more because they have experienced the full loss and regret that happens when making uninformed future decisions before they were able to utilize the power of their lucky oracle readings. Just ask yourself, how much would you pay to know your future? Ancient kings and rulers paid the equivalent of millions to receive this powerful guidance. Think about it. If you pass this up today, how likely is it that you'll figure this out all by yourself? Isn't it more likely that you'll repeat the same patterns you are trying to escape, stuck in the same exact ruts you are in now, struggling with financial stress or poor health, a lack of confidence, unfulfilling relationships? And sadly, things just go downhill from there. Because the truth is, the people who seek out help and guidance are the ones who truly live a lucky life. And those who do not will almost always suffer. Just look at me and how the moment I decided to seek guidance and ask for help, my whole life transformed quickly. I'm sure it must be very clear to you now that having this kind of immense power and control over your destiny makes $2,500 seem like the deal of a lifetime. But you won't even pay half of that today. And since I know how important your life mission is, I won't be charging you even a quarter of that. Because when you take inspired action and click the button below, I'll give you unlimited access for an entire month for just $37. $37 for you and 3 additional family members, friends, or loved ones. When you calculate that per day, it comes out to just 30 cents a day per person. That's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. I mean, seriously, this has to be worth a cup of coffee a day for you, doesn't it? If it can help you even in just one important area. Now all you have to do is reach out and grab it. And to make it even easier for you to grab it right now, I'm offering a very select group of people a limited invitation to try this out and create unlimited readings for the next 3 days for just $1. Look, this is something I've never done before, so if you're seeing this available and you are in financial straits, I strongly urge you to take action right away. But that's not all. I want to take all the risk and ensure this is a simple decision for you today. That's why I'm also including my ironclad and incredibly special 365-day triple money back guarantee. If you don't experience incredible life-transforming results from using this lucky oracle reading software at any point in the next year, I'll give you every penny of your money back. Listen, even if you don't like the way the members area works, or the way it looks, or you don't like the way the guides are written, or don't like anything about it, I'll refund your entire investment without hesitation. Maybe you get eerie feelings when you read your readings or begin experiencing too many deja vus and synchronicities in your life, and it kind of freaks you out a bit too much. I'll happily refund your entire investment, no questions asked, my dear, because I know this will completely transform your life for the better, and you will look back on this day as the day your life began to change for the better. A day that was a turning point for you in transforming your greatest dreams into your new reality. Right now, you'll see a large button just below this video, and when you push it, you'll have access to this very same lucky oracle reading software a few short minutes from now. You'll be taken to our fully secure and safe 128-bit encrypted order page where we secure your transaction with a double layer of protection using both trusted industry-wide security companies, Norton and McAfee. To make sure that your private information stays completely safe, secure, and encrypted at all times. Just click on the button below to join a community of spiritual superheroes like Mitch Ashton from Maine, who recently emailed me this wonderful message. Wow, I have bought so many readings that didn't help me at all, but this lucky oracle reading software has taken everything in my life to the next level. I made some smart investments in the stock market on green days and they blew up. I'll always be grateful for the day I decided to invest in my future with this lucky oracle software. Or Sarah Roberts, who said, I almost didn't buy this when I saw it. It seemed too good to be true. But after I used it for only 3 days, I could see how accurate my readings were. They have been spot on every single day. I love seeing everything the universe has in store for me over the next few weeks. It's like knowing what you're going to get on Christmas morning, but not knowing every detail. So you know when you receive a wonderful gift, but you still get a happy surprise when you find out exactly what it is. I've used it to find my soulmate while avoiding wasting my time on dates with men who weren't right for me. I was also offered a new job that pays 3 times my current one. I can't thank you enough. I'm crying tears of gratitude. A few moments from now, you'll receive unlimited access to the Lucky Oracle Reading Members area, and you'll never miss walking through a special door of opportunity ever again. You'll be prepared to avoid tragedies and catastrophes, and you'll be able to use your readings to fulfill your destiny and have the beautiful dream life you deserve. The power to control your future is completely in your hands today, my dear. The universe has so many beautiful gifts it wants to give you, and this exciting tool will enable you to take the correct actions on the appropriate days so you can receive all of your blessings in full. When you click that large button below this video now and become our newest member, your new reality will be filled with never-ending blessings. And once you've decided to take inspired action right here and now, here's what will happen next. First, you'll go to our secure checkout page, which will look like this. And you'll feel reassured that our checkout page is verified to be 100% secure by the 2 most trusted security companies on the planet. And as soon as you fill out your billing information and click the Try Now button, you'll receive an email that will take you directly to our safe and secure members area where you'll see every single one of the bonuses I mentioned a few minutes ago, including all of the amazing, insightful guidebooks showing you how to get the most out of your readings as you peer into your future with the Lucky Oracle Reading software. Plus, I'm even going to surprise you with some incredible add-ons inside your members area that I won't tell you about yet. You have to log in and see what they are, and trust me, they're amazing. And my family and I spent months creating these especially for blessed people like you. Any one of these amazing secret gifts I'm also including in your private members portal could change your life forever. Because as I'm sure you already know, every moment of your life you make a choice. And this one is the most important choice you will ever make. You can decide to pass this opportunity up, and you may never see it again. And if you do, it will probably be at a much higher price, maybe even the $2,500 my brother thinks we should be charging. So don't look back on this moment with regret that you didn't take action to improve your life today when you had the chance. I want you to imagine how much energetically lighter you will feel as you wake up each day excited to discover your reading for that day, knowing that it will guide you to take the perfect actions for that specific day. You'll feel like an excited kid waking up on Christmas morning without a care in the world, with much less worries about your love life, your health, your finances, or your destiny. This unique tool will put control of your destiny in your hands with abundant wealth, deeply fulfilling relationships, glowing health, and endless vitality. You'll be grateful you took action today. Listen, it's not your fault your dreams haven't come true yet because you've never had access to this before. But now you do. So it's your responsibility to take action today. You deserve this. And you need this to receive the fullness of blessings you were born to receive. And you need this to fulfill your destiny. Not only do I provide everything you need for success with this astonishing toolbox at your disposal, you also are protected by my triple money back guarantee. When you look at the thousands of grateful people using this every morning before they do anything else, before they even have coffee or check the weather app, email, or social media, you need to know that they all face the same decision you're facing right now. And they all made the decision to invest in their future and take action by joining. And every single one of them is grateful that they did because their lives have all vastly improved because of their decision to take action. And if you still aren't completely convinced, just check out what one of our most skeptical members, Janet from Dallas, Texas, said about this lucky oracle reading software after using it for a week. I was almost suicidal when a former high school friend sent me a message about fortunereading.com on WhatsApp. The previous week I had lost my job of 20 years with no explanation at all. Then I found out my husband had been cheating on me with my former best friend. My world fell apart. I quickly crashed and burned and hit rock bottom. When I saw my friend's message, I saw it as a sign not to end my life, and I signed up immediately. After I logged in and ran my first reading, I understood why everything was going wrong. I saw it clearly in my readings for the past few weeks that on red days I had taken action when I should have waited, and I had hesitated on green days when I should have taken action. If only I had been able to use this a few months earlier, I would probably still have my job, my marriage, and my best friend. Looking ahead though, I was able to see that a better job, relationship, and friends were just around the corner. It's incredibly reassuring to know that when times seem the darkest, there can be a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel. I'm convinced that every human on the planet should be using this every day to guide their lives. We should have a lot less heartache and a lot more happiness if that happened. So here's what will happen in the next 15 minutes for you. You'll invest only $1 to try out my Lucky Oracle Reading software for an entire week as our newest member. As soon as you log into the members area, you'll run your first Lucky Oracle reading, and you'll have instant proof of how incredibly accurate, personalized, and detailed your reading is. Don't be surprised if you get goosebumps as you read it. And as soon as you have time, start going through the guidebooks so you can leverage your readings to increase your wealth, love, health, and energy starting today. And you'll not only get immediate access to the Lucky Oracle Reading Generator, enabling you to run unlimited personalized reports for yourself and for up to 3 of your family members, friends, or loved ones, You'll also have access to all 6 of the fortune reading guidebooks that show you how to leverage your readings to immediately attract a ton of wealth and material abundance into your life. You'll learn how to interpret green days, red days, and yellow days, and discover how to best use the energy of each day to your advantage, utilizing opportunities and avoiding tragedy. You don't want to miss out on this fascinating, life-transforming toolbox. Just grab it now and use it to shape your destiny forever. Since you're still here watching this video right now and haven't locked in your incredibly time-sensitive discount before it's gone forever, knowing that this is exactly what you need to shape your future into the beautiful one you so deeply desire and deserve. But you still haven't taken inspired action to lock in this time-sensitive discount that will expire any day now, which could cause you to forever miss out on this discount that could disappear at any second. Perhaps it's because you didn't fully understand the magnitude of the 3 huge reasons you should take action right now and join as our newest member. Reason number 1, without this, you might stumble through life without guidance or direction, completely blind to what is around the corner, missing each and every life-transforming door of opportunity the universe has waiting for you, utterly unaware of potential tragedies and catastrophes that could be completely avoided if you have this. Reason number 2, this program has been proven to accurately predict the future for hundreds of people. By simply entering your date of birth and pushing a button, you'll receive spot-on readings that can vastly improve your life. And reason number 3, and if those 2 reasons are not enough to lock in your discount by clicking the big button below before the price goes up a lot, remember, you're completely protected by my 365-day, no questions asked, triple money back guarantee. I'm taking all the risk, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. You know how perfect this is for you, how much it will change your life for the better. And you also know that the best decision you can make right this moment is to grab my $1 trial now before I decide to remove it and only offer the monthly price paid in full. Then you can see for yourself if this is what you want or not. Just click the big button below the video now, and in just a few moments, you'll be looking at your own personalized fortune reading, and you'll see how incredibly intimate and life-transforming the information in your reading actually is. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this today, and I'm super excited to connect with you inside the members area soon. And since you're still here right now, it must be for one specific reason. It's definitely not the price, since it's only $1 to try it. You know what an incredible time-sensitive opportunity this is, so you must still be here because you have some questions I missed somehow. So I'll quickly answer a few questions you might still have to make sure they are all answered for you. The most common question I hear is, do I really need this? And my answer for you is this. If potential tragedy was just around the corner, affecting your finances, your love life, or your health, wouldn't it be incredibly helpful to know about it beforehand so you can make changes to avoid it, or at the very least be prepared? I bet your answer is yes. And if it is, then fortune reading will give you the heads up you need to avoid tragedy, or at least be ready for it. Another common question I get is, will this lucky oracle reading software work for me? For every person who has really used this, logging in every day and applying the life-changing guidance of the readings in their lives, it has worked. The only people who have said it didn't work didn't use it daily or failed to read the guidebooks and use the astonishing information in them. It isn't magic. You have to actually use it for it to work. But if you do, it will work. I guarantee it. This is unlike anything else online because it was created with quantum formulas used by ancient Greek oracles to see past the illusion of time. But you don't need to understand quantum mechanics to use it. You only need to enter your birth date and push a button to receive your transformative, yet easy to understand fortune readings each day. And I know this will work for you because it has worked for everyone who has actually used it each day. I know you aren't hesitating because of the price, since it's only 99 cents to try it. I'm not sure how much longer I can offer the trial because my accountant says it's crazy to keep doing this. But maybe you're worried about the cost after the trial. Just remember that you'll have the ability to generate unlimited readings for you and 3 other people on your account. And with my monthly option, it's less than 30 cents per person per day, which is an incredible bargain since you can run as many readings as you want. And with our yearly plan, it's just 10 cents per person per day. Now, I have to tell you that my accountant thinks I'm insane for offering this, and I don't know how much longer I can keep arguing with him every day about this, but as long as this page is still up, and he can make me take it down at any moment, you can have lifetime membership for the yearly membership price. Crazy, right? I've done everything I possibly can today to make sure this is an incredible deal for you and a solid investment in your future. I've made sure our checkout page has the highest security possible and is hosted on one of the most secure e-commerce platforms online, ClickBank, as one of the top digital product retailers in the world. They've been securely processing credit cards for orders for thousands of companies for over 3 decades, using cutting-edge 128-bit SSL encryption for all of your data with our order form hosted directly on ClickBank. See that little lock icon up in the URL browser bar on the checkout page? That shows you that the encryption is working and your data is secure. And to ensure that you are completely happy, you are fully protected by our no questions asked 365-day guarantee. You get to try it out for an entire year risk-free. I want to make sure you have all the time you need to fully check it out, to see how everything works, and have the time to see the beautiful results begin to unfold and take shape in your life. And if you ever want a refund, you can just request that through ClickBank with one mouse click, and they will refund your entire investment, no questions asked. So simply select the option that works best for you below, and honor your future self by taking action today. You'll feel grateful you did in just a moment when you're inside the members area and running your first reading. So click the button, get started now, and I'll see you on the inside. Still here? I almost forgot to tell you about the fortune I've accumulated in the stock market. Remember earlier how I told you about that job my friend gave me with no interview or application, and it would change my finances forever? Well, it did. Because in a matter of just 6 months, I went from being a technical analyst to one of the top brokers in the hedge fund. And today, my portfolio is worth millions. Not bad for a broke, beaten down man in a wheelchair contemplating suicide just 12 months earlier, right? And my story is just one example of literally thousands of others who have transformed their life using this lucky oracle reading software. I believe you can be next, my dear. See you on the inside.